Hello everyone, Keza here today, bringing you a quick recap of the public Harrower that was done on May 1st, 2020. This one was pretty crazy. It lasted a little longer than some others, but that's mostly because of tentacle placement. A lot happened very quickly at the beginning, and then it really slowed down once we got to phase 2. But I'll just let you watch the beginning part right here. Also, I apologize that I did not get to capture the sound from the Discord chat. There was tons and tons of people in Discord, something like 30 plus for the chat, but my sound channels were set up to record differently. So I have the game noise, but I wasn't capturing any of the Discord chat. While you guys watch this laggy fight of phase 1, I'm going to do a quick overview of the Harrower. There are 3 phases. This one, when he appears as a lich, is phase 1. It's a pretty powerful boss as is. He'll grab you from something like 15 tiles away. Basically, if you're anywhere in sight range, you can get pulled directly to him, and it doesn't have to be within line of sight. So he can grab you through walls, any kind of stuff, and pull you right to him. But if you have things like Bless, Magic Reflect, and whatnot, you can usually just take a few hits and run off. You will definitely want to have a lot of red potions with you for this. As you can see, the Harrower is surrounded by pets. You can't even see them. Maybe if I had small dragons on, but I like watching with all the massive dragons everywhere. Anyways, yeah, you need red pots, because if you get pulled into the middle of all that, the only way to get out is just to spam a bunch of red potions and run like crazy. But with this many people, I think I only got pulled like 2 or 3 times. Some people got very unlucky and they got pulled like 10 or 20 times. I'm gonna zoom this video forward a bit just so you can see what phase 2 is all about. It's when the stage 1 Harrower dies, a bunch of tentacles pop up all around him, and he then changes into the true Harrower, which is a tree-like thing. And yeah, using pets against the tentacles, it doesn't work. You have to use a combination of meteor swarm, archery, explosion potions, fire bombs, fire field, anything you can shoot at a range and let it do damage for you, because even e-bolting up close won't really work against the tentacles. Every time they hit you, they basically regain their health. Now, even in this sped up version, you'll see that a lot of people are throwing their pets at the Harrower and the tentacles throughout phase 2. That's actually a mistake, because you could throw 100 dragons at the tentacles, and they life leech every single entity that's near them. So 100 dragons would be feeding them the hit points of 100 dragons, and there's just no way you could ever take out tentacles basically by zerging them with that many pets. They will just continually heal through all the damage. I'm gonna let the phase 2 footage play through for a bit, because I believe it's about 50 minutes. I'll explain more about phase 3 when we get closer to it. But yeah, you can just watch all the chaos that happened here. I died a few times. I think most people died more than a few times. But yeah, it was pretty chaotic. The tentacles were not in easy places to get. So those phase 2 tentacles were definitely rough, but we were able to take them down. The last ones we had to get rid of. It was a lot of hit and run. We had to be within pull range of the Harrower, just running up, meteor swarm, run back. But we got it to work out, and now we are in phase 3 here. With all the tentacles gone, you can attack the true Harrower, and this is where pets come back into the game, doing huge damage. As you can see, the dragons will just pile and pile and pile on all the way through the fight. At this point, it's just kind of a race to the finish line. How quickly can you kill the Harrower? And if you're interested in getting higher on the scoreboards, the first and third phase, so the Harrower when he's a lich, and then the true Harrower when he's a tree, those are the 2 points at which you can do the most damage, and you're not actually going to get the most damage to a single target like that using dragons. Number of reasons, one of which dragons are actually number 6 on doing damage. You could do so much more damage with other tames. The number 1 is Frenzied Ostards. A pack of 8 Frenzied Ostards will outdamage any other tame, followed by Hellhounds and Hellcats, and then you have Nightmares, and then White Worms, and then coming in at number 6 is actually Dragons, which is funny because you see more dragons than anything, but people favor dragons because of their fire breath and hit points. Typically good and flexible for farming it in dungeons, PvP, all sorts of other applications, but if you're trying to do max damage to a single target, dragons are not the ideal choice. But back to phase 3 of the Harrower here. One thing that my character here with the mace is actually doing to help, I'm draining the Harrower's stamina, which is actually only, I think, 115-ish. And once that stamina is gone, he will only be doing a melee attack to like every other person that gets pulled. And that one melee attack plus maybe some kind of majory hit, like a flame strike, may not always kill people. So using at least one macer against the first and third stage of the Harrower is always a good idea because it greatly reduces the number of deaths you have to deal with in your group. This true Harrower here is going down probably faster than I've ever seen one go down before, but we also have 50 plus people, I mean, actively on screen attacking this thing with all kinds of e-bolts, dragons, just everything you can imagine just being thrown all at this one monster. It does have 60k hit points, so it's still going to take a little bit of time, but yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know for doing a Harrower phase 1 through 3. Again, it's regrettable that I didn't get to record the Discord chat. There was a lot of funny comments, and people talked a lot of strategy in there, so it would have been great to have that in the video as well, but I mean, since it's not, I got to do this voiceover thing. It's helpful. Before the video ends, I'd just like to say thanks to Raven for helping organize this public Harrower. Thanks to the PwN Guild for providing some skulls, and then some were also provided by the PS Project Sanctuary Guild. And from the sounds of it, there will actually be more public Harrowers in the near future. There's been a bit of a push to run more public champs, which means more public skulls and Harrowers, so more fun for everyone, more plat for everyone. And when the Harrower dies, especially during a public one, you want to recall out immediately and secure your plat. There are usually thieves and stuff around that could, in one swipe, take quite a bit of loot from you. So, yeah, that's about all the tactics I have for you at the moment. I do have other builds I can use against the Harrower, which I hope to show in future public Harrowers. But for now, that is all. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the public Harrower. Hopefully there will be more of them soon. Until next time, I'll see you guys all around in-game. Later.